Okay, for me, it's been a long time coming. I've been pastoring from my school days, 2004. So, but somewhere around first week of November 2011, the Archbishop instructed that we started what we used to call the model church or the NGO church in Abuja. And so that's how we started. For us, it was not necessarily if we wanted to come, but it was when we were coming and what we were going to say, what would be our message when we came. It was new to us, new environment, new location, new experience. We didn't know what to expect, but we started all the same year.
Yeah, okay. So for me, it's an issue of I'm going to be with my Lord. Where He leads, I will go. It's an issue of your people will be my people, your God will be my God. And as a strong support system, I decided to follow, and here we are.
Absolutely. So the moment we left Benin for that convention that year, we said, let's go seek the Lord and ask Him what would be our message. And so we took a few days off just to pray and ask Him. And one of the things that we heard was Him telling us, I'm tired of people seeing me as God. I want people to begin to see me as Father. So we looked for several names came up. We knew that Grace was somewhere in the mix. So there was a Grace Dome, there was Grace Hive, there was Grace, all kinds of Grace-ish.
Because the message was the message of
grace. Yeah. So we shared with a few of our pastors, Reverend Tari and Bishop Wale. Now Bishop Wale, then Reverend Wale, and then we all agreed on the Grace Place. And so that's basically how the name the Grace Place came. It was from the message that God needed us to come teach or raise a people that will know Him not just as God but as Father.
For me, I wouldn't want to see it as a challenge.
Yeah.
I truthfully cannot place my hands on any challenge, as it were, because most times these challenges come and then at the end of the day, you realize that you are getting better, wiser, stronger because of these challenges. So I wouldn't want to term them challenges. I would want to call them platform for growth.
Yeah,
so for example, you have someone that says something that on a very good day, you want to clear the person, why would you say that? But now realizing that you're this person's pastor, you shouldn't talk or react the way this person is reacting, and then what you say might leave a mark that you may not be able to delete. So you just swallow it, and then over time you realize that you're beginning to accommodate people more tolerable. So for me, most of these things that come our way, I see them as platform for growth, and probably that's why I don't even remember them as challenges, because they've helped us get better.
It's majorly, like you said, it's around managing people. And for me, I've always been, in quotes, a lone ranger. I'm the man backstage. I'm the man that, who gets things done. Was not really interested around the pulpit. I could preach, I could teach, but not the point man. So having to now carry people along, live with people's differences, was quite a challenge for me. But like Pastor Lillian shared, it's now one of my greatest, if you ask me if there's anything that is my greatest joy, is that our hearts have been enlarged towards, God's people. If you ask any worker in the Grace Place, why do we do what we do? It will be two top reasons. One, we love God. Two, we love His people. And this has come from years of, God opening our hearts to, His people better. So what will be my greatest joy is that I get to contribute my part to the kingdom agenda in the earth, to bring the gospel of Jesus. Like I was sharing with my younger brothers in church, I told them that for me, I don't take invitations like people want me to preach. I take invitations like God sending me on an errand. And if the God of the whole earth chooses to send me on an errand, then I must be very privileged. So for me, that's my biggest joy, that we're able to week in, week out, bring the gospel of Jesus to the people and communicate the love of the Father to them.
On that note, we had interview for new leaders this week, and then I was speaking to one of the people and I told her, for me, every opportunity, every assignment is a responsibility and is a privilege that the Holy Spirit can trust you and say, go and interview my people. So I said, even after leaving this place now, I tell Him, thank you, sweet Spirit of God, for trusting me to be among those that would interview your people. So every little opportunity. So pastoring the Grace Place,
it's very hard.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege.
TGP for me over the last 2-3 years have taken an upward flight. And one of the things that we have learned or we are coming to realize is unity of purpose, unity of vision, clarity of our assignment, and aligning fully with the vision of. And one of the things that we're doing now is consolidating on our vision, aligning fully with the vision of our ministry, which is to build people into leadership with a global passion deeply rooted in Christ. We have a localized creed that will say we are people of excellence with consistency, being raised into global leadership through the teaching and communication of grace and truth. So the future is majorly escalating or improving or realigning with the vision that God has already given to us. So we're going to do things, be more deliberate about teaching of the word, discipling people, raising leaders, posturing better for the global stage, empowering people to be better versions of themselves. So that's it. That's it primarily for us. I wish I had a much more future, but the future is growing on what the vision of the church. And the good thing is that when we grow on the vision, the global stage will have to be available to us. We're already ensuring that we stay with the gospel, stay with the emphasis of what Christ has done and making it much more available for us. So there's going to be a lot of teaching, a lot of discipleship, a lot of daring faith movements, creating larger platforms for the preaching and teaching of the gospel, and ensuring that we are not just preaching and having a good time, but we are raising people into global leadership.